Welcome to Pro English Stories, where we learn English through emotional, meaningful, and unforgettable stories. Today, I want to share a story about marriage, trust, family secrets, and a truth that changed the way I saw my husband. This is a realistic fictional story about how one hidden truth can change an entire family. My name is Emma, and I am 27 years old. I live in a quiet town in Ohio with my husband, Noah. For 4 years, I believed I knew everything about the man I married. Noah was gentle, responsible, and never liked unnecessary arguments. He worked hard, came home on time, and always asked about my day. To everyone around us, we looked like a perfectly happy couple. But there was one person in Noah's family who always made me uncomfortable. His name was Ryan, Noah's older brother, and he rarely smiled when I was around. Whenever I entered a room, he seemed to stop talking. At first, I thought Ryan simply didn't like me. Maybe he thought I had changed Noah somehow after our marriage. I tried not to take it personally, but one Sunday evening, everything changed. Noah and I were having dinner at his parents' house when Ryan suddenly looked at me. His expression was serious enough to make me put down my fork. "Emma, can I talk to you privately?" I looked at Noah, but he seemed just as confused as I was. "Of course," I replied. Ryan stood up and walked toward the hallway. I followed him slowly, wondering what could possibly be so important. When we stopped near the front door, he looked at me for several seconds. Then he said something I will never forget. "There is something about Noah's past that you don't know." My heart immediately began beating faster. I forced myself to smile. "What do you mean?" Ryan looked toward the dining room before answering. "I mean something your husband should have told you himself." I felt a cold feeling move through my chest. "Is Noah having an affair?" Ryan immediately shook his head. "No, Emma, it's not that." "Then what is it?" He looked uncomfortable. "I don't know if I'm doing the right thing by telling you." That sentence frightened me more than the secret itself. I asked him to explain. He took a deep breath and said, "Noah was not raised by the people you think are his parents." For a moment, I couldn't understand what he meant. I stared at him. "What are you saying?" Ryan lowered his voice and said, "Noah was adopted." I felt completely confused. "Adopted? Noah knows that, doesn't he?" Ryan shook his head. "No. He believes his parents are his biological parents." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I had known Noah for 6 years. We had talked about childhood memories, school, vacations, and family traditions. How could something this important have been hidden from him? Ryan told me there was more. "Your mother-in-law knows the truth, and so does my father." "Then why doesn't Noah know?" Ryan looked down. "Because they were afraid of what would happen if he found out." I felt a strange mixture of anger and sadness. But then Ryan said something that changed everything. "Emma, there is one more thing you need to know." I almost didn't want to hear it. "What?" I whispered. "His biological mother is still alive." I felt my breath stop for a moment. I asked Ryan where she was. He told me she lived only 2 hours away from our town. She had apparently tried to contact Noah years ago. "Then why didn't she tell him?" I asked. Ryan's answer broke my heart. "Because Dad threatened to take legal action if she ever contacted him." I stood there silently. Suddenly, all those family gatherings felt completely different. There had been a story behind every uncomfortable silence. I asked Ryan why he was telling me now. He said, "Because Dad is getting older, and I don't want this secret to die with him." "But why tell me instead of Noah?" Ryan looked directly into my eyes. Because I know Noah trusts you more than anyone. He needs someone beside him when he learns the truth. I went home that night without telling Noah. I couldn't decide whether Ryan was telling me the truth or creating a problem. After all, I had only heard one side of the story. I barely slept that night. The next morning, Noah noticed something was wrong. "Emma, you've been quiet since yesterday." I looked at him and almost asked the question, but fear stopped me. Instead, I simply said, "I'm tired." For the next few days, I watched him differently. Not because I loved him less, but because I was searching for clues. Every little detail suddenly seemed important. One evening, Noah was looking through an old family photo album. I sat beside him and watched him turn the pages. Then I saw something strange. There was a photograph of Noah as a baby. Standing beside him were his parents, but behind them was another woman. She was looking at the baby with tears in her eyes. "Who is she?" I asked casually. Noah looked at the photograph for a long moment. "I don't know." That answer shocked me. "Maybe your parents know." He closed the album. "Emma, why are you asking so many questions?" I realized I couldn't hide it anymore. I took his hand. "There is something Ryan told me." Noah's face immediately changed. "What did he tell you?" I told him everything. He didn't speak for almost a minute. Then he stood up and walked toward the window. I had never seen him look so lost. Finally, he said, "I knew something was wrong." I stared at him. "You knew?" "Not the truth. But when I was a teenager, I found a hospital bracelet with my name on it. When I asked Mom about it, she told me it was a mistake." I felt tears forming in my eyes. All those years, Noah had carried a question he couldn't explain. Now someone had finally given that question a name. The next morning, Noah confronted his parents. I went with him because he asked me not to leave him alone. Ryan was there too. Noah placed the old photograph on the table. "Tell me the truth." His mother immediately began crying. His father remained silent. After several minutes, his mother finally spoke. "Your biological mother was very young when you were born." Noah's face became pale. "Where is she?" His mother covered her face with her hands. "She lives in Pennsylvania." Noah looked at his father. "Did she try to find me?" His father finally nodded. "Yes, many times." Noah's eyes filled with tears. "Then why did you stop her?" His father couldn't answer. His mother finally whispered, "We were afraid of losing you." Noah shook his head. "You didn't have to lie to keep me." Those words broke something inside everyone in that room. Nobody knew what to say. Later that night, Noah found an old box in his parents' attic. Inside were letters written by his biological mother. There were photographs, birthday cards, and small notes from different years. She had written to him every year. She had never stopped thinking about him. She simply had never been allowed to reach him. Noah read the first letter with trembling hands. I sat beside him as he cried quietly. He wasn't angry anymore. He was grieving for years he could never get back. A week later, Noah decided to meet her. We drove to Pennsylvania together. I could see his hands shaking the entire journey. When the door opened, a woman stood there with tears in her eyes. She looked at Noah and immediately covered her mouth. For several seconds, neither of them could speak. Then she whispered, "You're my son." Noah began crying. He hugged her without saying a word. I stepped outside and gave them some privacy. I looked at the sky and thought about everything that had happened. One family secret had changed several lives. When Noah came outside, he looked different. Not happier exactly, but lighter. He finally knew where he came from. On our drive home, He held my hand. "Emma, thank you for staying." I smiled and said I wasn't going anywhere. Then he said something that stayed with me. "I thought finding the truth would destroy my family, but now I realize the lie was what was destroying us." Months passed, and things slowly changed. Noah began building a relationship with his biological mother. He also continued speaking to his adoptive parents. Forgiveness didn't happen overnight. There were difficult conversations, tears, and moments of anger, but eventually the family began healing. Ryan apologized to Noah for waiting so many years. Noah didn't forgive him immediately, but over time they repaired their relationship too. As for me, I learned something I will never forget. A secret may protect people from pain for a while, but when the truth finally comes out, the pain can become much greater. Families sometimes hide difficult truths because they believe they are protecting each other, but love without honesty can become another kind of prison. The truth may hurt, but it also gives people the chance to heal. Today, Noah knows where he came from. He knows that he was loved by more people than he ever realized. And our marriage became stronger because we chose honesty over fear. I used to think a strong marriage meant knowing everything about your partner. Now I believe it means being willing to face the truth together, even when the truth is painful. If you are hiding something from someone you love, ask yourself why. Maybe you are protecting them. Or maybe you are only protecting yourself from a difficult conversation. Because secrets don't disappear when we hide them. They simply wait for the right moment to return. And when they return, they often bring questions with them. The biggest lesson I learned was simple. A family can survive a painful truth, but it struggles to survive a lifetime of lies. Sometimes honesty breaks your heart first, but it can also become the beginning of healing. Thank you for listening to my story. If you enjoyed this emotional English story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Pro English Stories. Keep learning, keep believing, and remember, the truth may be difficult, but honesty gives love a chance to survive.